Hi Nutrimosters, it's Emma here with another vlog my lovely husband is filming for us today. I've just washed my hands. Today we're doing beef jerky for phase 4. So what we're going to need is some onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, water or red wine, but we're going with water today. I'm making two kinds. I'm going to make the kind with regular coconut aminos and I'm going to make a teriyaki coconut aminos blend and see how that works out. We need tomato paste and we've got about 6.5 ounces of arm roast. It calls for sirloin roast, but this was what was on sale, and where I bought it from sliced it all for me. About 1/8 of an inch thick is what you want, and you want them to remove all the gristle and fat from the meat. Okay, the first thing we want to do is blend our tomato paste with our soy sauce, which is actually coconut aminos because we're phase 4, that's what we're going to use, and soy sauce is not good for you anyway. So this is my regular blend, and then we're going to get the teriyaki blend in here. And you can tell when you pour it, even the teriyaki blend is a lot more like a sauce and less like a soy mixture. Okay, and then we need a tablespoon of tomato paste in each, and then you want to blend that till it's smooth. I'll use that whisk. You're going to blend this and really whisk it until it's smooth. And then I'm going to do the same with the other one. So now we're going to mix in the rest of our ingredients. We're starting with the water. 3/4 of a cup of water. I can't find my other measuring cup, so I'm doing a 1/4 cup here. There we go. Mix that in, and then we're going to put our spices in. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon, that doesn't fit in there, of onion powder, and then let's see how this works out. 2 teaspoons of pepper. Yeah, or something like that. So we're mixing in our spices, and we're also going to add 1 packet of sweet leaf stevia. Sweet leaf is the only approved brand for Nutrimosters, just in case you were wondering. You can use the powder, the drops, the little drink droplets. Not for this recipe, we just use powder, but for everything else, you can use any sweet leaf brand. Ooh, wrong one. There we go. Let's mix that in there. And then our marinade is ready to go with our meat. So I'm just using Ziplocs overnight. We're going to marinate the meat, and I've just started. You just want to drop each piece in that marinade, turn it and coat it, and then put it in this bag. So we've got all of our meat marinating, and I suggest if you're using Ziploc bags and not airtight containers, you sit these in something in your fridge so in case they leak you don't wake up to a mess. We're going to leave these marinating overnight, and tomorrow we're going to put them in the dehydrator and see how this recipe turns out. I will tell you that I made a double batch because we tried the teriyaki as well, and for the amount of meat, which originally I said 6 ounces, I meant 6 pounds to 6.5 pounds of meat. For that amount of meat, you really probably want to make a double batch of this marinade because it barely coated what we have. Hi Nutrimosters. Well, it's the morning after we've marinated our beef jerky, and we are going to put it here in this Nesco food dehydrator, which we are actually going to leave at 155 for 6 to 8 hours. We're going to check it after the 6-hour mark. These are just trays that stack up, and we're going to put all of our meat in there. We're probably going to have to do 2 batches since I marinated so much meat. But we're going to get started. So what you want to do is you want to have your meat laying on the tray, but you don't want it to touch because otherwise it's going to stick. Like I've got some bits touching. We need to move those over. Move these around. Make sure they're not touching. Otherwise it sticks. Alright. So as you can see, I've got my beef jerky stacked on the trays and ready to go. You want to do this outside, not in your house or in your garage, because it will stink up your house or your garage. So we are doing it outside. So our beef jerky's been on a little longer than I'd like it to, about 8 hours. But we were out at an event and I couldn't get home any sooner. But it looks fantastic, and we're going to dry it out and pat it down with some, to get any excess oil off, with some paper towel. And then tomorrow we'll do the second batch of teriyaki. Hi Nutrimosters, our last batch of beef jerky is about to come out. It's cooked for about 6 hours, this one, so not as long as the one yesterday. I cremated that a little bit. Happens, it's an epic fail for everybody, but it was still tasty. So here's our beef jerky, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, there's little bits of oil from some of the fat that's left on there. That's why we have this plate here with paper towel. We're just going to dab that up. It'll dry off in no time. So after you've pulled it all out, and you can see it's soaking up some of that excess moisture, there's our beef jerky. So we're now done with our beef jerky, and it can be stored in a Ziploc bag once you've kind of got that moisture off with the paper towel, like I was just saying. Now I did try a little corner of this. I can't eat a lot of it right now, but it wasn't as flavorful as any beef jerky I've had before, but that's because there's not any salt or anything in it. You could probably add some pink salt to your recipe when you try it. I'm going to research some other beef jerky marinade recipes for us. This is still tasty, don't get me wrong. It's still beef jerky. It's still tasty. It's just not the same as the beef jerky we've tried before. So I'd probably, even though it's good beef jerky, call this a little bit of a fail, but with a little bit of messing around with the mixtures and the marinades, I bet we can get this just right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.